their hearts, and let's listen to what he has to say. Does anybody have any questions for me before? No, I think you want to hear Leo, right? Okay, let's listen to Leo.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We are now presenting the complete PowerPoint presentation on the results of the mine audit. Of the remaining 29 mines, 20 are being recommended for suspension or to show cause why the operation should not be suspended, or for the suspension to be maintained, because there were still mines who have suspended operation during the audit. And therefore, in summary, we have the original 7 mines suspended. Then we have the 23, the remaining 23, and therefore the balance to complete the 40 would be 10. So 10 mines did not merit suspension, although the audit found several infractions or deficiencies with respect to compliance with the mining and environmental laws. So the next slide will, in PDF form, will show now the 23. So here are now the mines that in which the audit resulted in the determination of various violations, and therefore the audit team recommended for suspension. So first we have Libho Mining Corporation. It's a nickel mine in Dinagat. Then we have Amphil. It's a nickel mine in Dinagat. And then another Amphil also in Dinagat. Please note that Amphil is a mine under the PMDC, Philippine Mining Development Corporation. And then we have Cruminco also in Dinagat. The violations are basically violation of the environmental laws, meaning there were siltation, there were dust emission, there were no tree cutting permits. Attention, USEC for field operations. There were no tree cutting permits, no water permits, among others. I have pictures, ma'am. Then next slide. The next slide. Then we have Carrascal Nickel. Carrascal is the 4th biggest nickel producer in the country at 2.7 million tons a year. Then we have Mark Ventures, one of the top 5 nickel producers of the country. And then we have Filminera in Masbate, one of the biggest gold producers of the country, together with Philsaga and Philex. And then Strongbuilt, an iron mine in Leyte. So you will find that the violations are still mainly siltation, causing the sea to be discolored because of inadequate siltation control systems. And then of course, in the case of Filminera, it was not paying the mine waste and tailings fee. In the case of Mark Ventures, it did not deposit the final mine rehab and decommissioning fund in violation of the pertinent rule of the Mining Act. Siltation in the case of Carrascal Nickel.